Thanks, Cole, for taking the time. What would you like to hear your name selected for 10 tonight?
It was an amazing feeling. It was something I've worked for my entire life, and to hear my name be called with all my friends and family in attendance, it was a surreal moment and something that I'll never forget.
How about you having Crystal announce your name? I know you know Dale a little bit from the OHL. What was that like, and what's the significance of going to the organization where Dale was such a star?
Yeah, obviously, it's been emotional, that story. Obviously, Dale was an amazing hockey player and, a great person off the ice. And he left a legacy and a lasting impression on, everyone in Canada, but especially in Winnipeg. And, to be called by Crystal, it was a pretty cool moment. And, to be the 10th pick when he wore number 10, that was pretty cool.
Thank you.
And we'll go next with Brian Munns from TSN 1290. Go ahead, Munnsy.
Cole, congratulations as well. Just what can we expect from you? Obviously, we see the highlights and we see the numbers, but as you try and make the jump to the NHL here at some point, what can you bring to this organization?
Yeah, I think, first and foremost, you're going to get a kid that's, pretty eager and hungry to make the jump. I'm going to come in with, a chip on my shoulder and just trying to make an impact as soon as I can. I think they're going to get a 200-foot player, but definitely a guy that uses his brain and hockey IQ for, in the offensive zone and has that ability to score and, from my shot in tight. So I think I kind of have that dual threat, but it's definitely my hockey IQ and playmaking ability that makes me who I am.
We know the numbers, obviously, and that's probably why you were selected where you were, but you feel that that whole game can be big for you as you continue to grow into a pro?
Yeah, 100%. I think, every age group growing up and every year I've been able to keep putting up points and keep evolving my game and using my brain to my advantage. And, it worked on the jump to the OHL, and I think it's going to definitely work on the jump to the NHL. And I'm excited, and I can't wait to get things started.
All right, and we'll go with Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Hi, Cole, congratulations, and thanks for doing this. Reading a few of the scouting reports on you, I've seen some comparisons to Nikita Kucherov in terms of a style of play. Who would you say your game maybe emulates at the NHL level, and who's a player or two that you've kind of looked up to as you've grown up here?
Yeah, I think to be compared to Kucherov is pretty special. Obviously, what he does is remarkable on the ice, but been trying to, especially as of late, is Braden Point. I think we play a similar game with the way we use our brains and hockey IQ. We're not the biggest guys, but we definitely use our playmaking abilities to get around the ice and be impactful. So I think I've been trying to emulate my game like him. I've been picking out parts of his game and trying to put them into mine. And what he's doing the last year, and especially in this playoff run, was goes to show you how the game's going and how smart and how fast you can be and how dominant you can be when you have those two. So I definitely think I play a little bit like him and try to emulate my game like him.
And then, Cole, I just wanted to ask you about another Ontario kid that's worked out pretty well for the Jets, a centerman. That would be Mark Scheifele, of course, that the Jets picked almost 10 years ago. How much do you know about Mark Scheifele's game? How much have you watched him? And what are you looking forward to maybe coming in here and being able to learn from him?
Yeah, what he does on the ice is awesome. He's a great player and seems like he's a great guy off the ice. I already got a text from him, welcome me to the organization. So, it's great to see guys like that. Really feel welcome. Be able to come into an organization and be able to play with guys of his caliber, it's special. He's a great player, and the way he thinks the game, the way he plays, he's a real true pro. And I've been a big fan of his for many years now and admired his game. And he's a great player, and it's going to be surreal being able to hopefully suit up with him.
And next, Gemma Karsten-Smith from the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Gemma.
Hey, Cole, you talked about having a chip on your shoulder. Can you expand on that? And what is it that's motivating you to play harder?
Yeah, obviously I'm ecstatic to be a Winnipeg Jet, but there was 9 other teams that passed on me. And, I'm going to come in, trying to prove myself that at the end of the day, I want to be the best player of this draft and, leave a legacy. And I think it's going to come by coming in with a chip on my shoulder, playing hungry and hard, and establishing that I can make an impact at the next level. It's going to be important for me to do that right away. And, I think I can, and I'm excited to, but, I definitely want to prove everyone wrong that passed on me. And, I'm excited to be a Jet, and I think, going to have a great career there, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Go
Thanks
with
so much.
Jason Bell from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jason.
Cole, appreciate this. Welcome to the Winnipeg Jets organization. I just, when you look at up and down the roster of the Winnipeg Jets, it's pretty enticing to maybe play up the middle with some of those high-scoring wingers that they do have.
Yeah, the roster is it's pretty impressive. There's a lot of great guys you can play with up and down the lineup. It'd be a lot of fun to play with. Each are so unique, and whether you're playing with Scheifele or Kopp or Wheeler or Laine for that matter, there's so many great players, and to be able to even think about playing with those guys gives me goosebumps, and it'd be a lot of fun. I think we'll work well together, and I think at the next level, my hockey IQ and playmaking ability is really going to help me, and I think it's going to allow me to make an impact and adapt and play with many different types of players, and I'm excited to do so.
Yeah, because you and Suzuki, he played up the middle towards the end, but you had started the season up the middle. I mean, is that the preferred position?
Yeah, I prefer center. I think I'm a better centerman and can make more of an impact there. But at the end of the day, I've played wing and center my entire life. So whatever the coach wants, whatever Paul Maurice wants, I'll be excited to do so and come in and be happy and hungry for sure.
We'll go next with Ted Wyman from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Ted.
Hi, Cole. We saw a video of you with the Rubik's Cube. Obviously, that's a skill a lot of people don't have. And also, you were the CHL Scholastic Player of the Year. How much does that play into who you are as a hockey player?
Yeah, I think it's big. The way I can, my brain works in the classroom and even in a Rubik's Cube, I think it definitely helps on the ice. And, I definitely see a correlation with, how, my academics are and how that directly correlates with how fast I process on the ice and how fast I can think on the ice. Academics are a big thing for me and my family, and I've always taken that very seriously. And I definitely think, expanding your knowledge and improving your brain in the classroom will definitely make an impact and translate right onto the ice.
And what were the moments like leading up to the Jets making that pick? You said, you saw 9 other teams pass by. What were you thinking as that was going on?
Yeah, it was definitely a nerve-wracking moment. You work so hard your entire life for this moment, and you just want to be picked, and you want to go to an organization that will give you, an opportunity that cares for you, that wants you there. So I think the Jets is a great pick, and it's a great spot for me. I can't wait to get there and get going. But it's definitely the longest hour and a half of my life, but it was also the best hour and a half of my life. I'll never forget it.
We'll go next with Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Hey, cool. Thanks for taking the time. Some of the questions have been about waiting until 10 to hear your name get picked. So I think from Winnipeg's perspective, they're probably overjoyed that you fell to that number for them. Do you remember what your first conversations were with the club and how those conversations were, what they asked you? Because I doubt they expected you to be up there at 10.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago, and they were preparing to head into the bubble, and I think there was kind of just a somewhat of a regular call, nothing out of the ordinary, just getting to know me, who I am as a player, as a kid, my personality and stuff like that, and it was a really good call, and I thought it went well, but after that, just kept going about it and having calls with other teams, but obviously it was a great call, and it went well, I guess. So, I'm so ecstatic to be a Jet, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it must have clearly gone well. I'm also wondering what you can tell Winnipeg Jets fans about Fett's Friends and some of the other work that you've done over the summer.
Yeah, it's a charity we started with the Spirit Foundation in Saginaw. We started to help with the pediatric center at Covenant Kids and at the hospital in Saginaw. It breaks my heart to see the little kids suffering for something that they didn't do. It's not their fault, but yet they're going through hard times. And I was fortunate enough to be blessed with great health so far to this date. So, I always would to give back to kids that were in need. And, we've started this organization, Vets Friends, to raise money, raise awareness, and give back to the community, but especially to the kids at Covenant Kids, to allow them. One thing we bought was a gaming table. Is essentially just a massive iPad that many kids can play on at once, and just little things like that we can hopefully get their minds off of being in the hospital and bring somewhat normality to the hospital for these little kids, because at the end of the day they're not living a normal life in there, and it's really hard to see, and to bring a smile to their face, it really makes their day, and it's the least that we could do. And I just love giving back to that Saginaw community. They're a great fan base and great spot to be. So that's something we started this year, and I look to continue that.
Thanks so much, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll go next with Jason Lewis. Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, Cole, congratulations from everybody here, mid-Michigan. There's a lot of good players that have gotten drafted out of Saginaw. What does it mean to be the highest player ever to come out of that organization, and now obviously to be headed to the NHL?
Yeah, it's crazy to hear that. The highest in the Spirit organizations, unbelievable. There's obviously been some big names, and to be, the top of that category, it's something special. And without the Spirit and the management from Dick Garber and Craig Gosselin and Chris Lazary, Dave Drinkle, head to toe in that organization. Without them, I wouldn't be here today, and I just can't thank them enough. But it's definitely an unbelievable feeling knowing that knowing that it's here, and being at the top of that list is definitely something special.
You mentioned too, last week when we spoke with you, that it obviously was a unique year in the fact that you weren't going to get to experience this day like you had dreamed of as a little kid, with family and friends at that brewery or wherever you're at. I mean, how exciting was that, and how different and fun was that, and how much do you appreciate them all being around you and during these tough times?
Yeah, it was awesome. To hear them cheer when I was picked, it was the place was kind of shaking, and it was so loud. It was amazing, and really felt good to know how much support I really have, and it's unbelievable knowing that these people care for me and care for my career so much, and I can't thank them all enough for being here and for everything they've done over my career so far and up to this point. And knowing that they're here with me, it was unbelievable. And even though it wasn't a traditional draft, it was definitely something I'll never forget in a memorable night. And to share with these people was amazing.
Thanks so much, Colin. Congrats again.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll go next with Joey Patano from the Saginaw Spirit.
Cole, on behalf of everyone in the organization, congratulations. Your decision to come to the OHL and to come to Saginaw, what did it mean for your development and you getting to this moment tonight?
Yeah, like I said earlier, without the Spirit, the management, the coaching staff, and my billets and everyone in between, I wouldn't be here today without them. It was a tough decision at the time to choose Saginaw over the NCAA, but looking back on it, it's the best decision I've ever made. And Saginaw in the OHL has definitely prepared me for the spot that I am today, and it's an unbelievable feeling. And I can't thank the Spirit organization enough, and without them, I wouldn't be here. So,
thank you, Cole.
Thanks, Joey.
And to finish things off, we'll have Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Cole, welcome to Winnipeg.
Thank you.
When's the last time you played hockey, and how have you navigated this COVID-19 pandemic in terms of, just staying fit, strong, getting bigger, whatever it might be?
Yeah. So I've actually been fortunate enough. Skating has been no problem here in Whitby. Lots of rinks open now. They opened up in late May, early June, sometime in there. So I've been skating for 3-4 months now, and the gym's been open for 7 months. So I've been in there every day and really developing that way. I've had a great year, really focusing on my stride and my skating mechanics and getting stronger and bigger and faster in the gym. And it's been a great year. So, I've really been able to keep up with my training and conditioning and everything like that. And I'm fortunate enough that I live in an area where, the workouts and the skating are easy to find. So I've been able to do that every day and really take care of my body and make major strides this summer.